These videos are not financial advices. Everything shared here is provided for educational purposes only. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I just took my first trade, and as you can see, this is a doji break. I'm waiting for this to be closed. Oh my god, okay, that was close. Today's session is a bit different. I haven't really checked the market at all. I just started my session and I saw this opportunity to just push the recording button, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so this was my first trade. This was based on doji break. You see this is a doji, and the price after touching this demand becoming a supply area, price came down. It created this common point of rejection. Also we have a doji right at the middle, so I was just observing the charts and I opened. I was observing and it reached this pair, and I saw this doji and I saw where it's coming from, and I was like, okay, this doji was pretty cool because previously worked, and now it's the second time we're breaking this doji range and I can expect a green candle. Also, I entered with the common point of rejection as a margin of safety, and we have proper range. That's why I took this trade. This is literally my first trade. Okay, I'll wait for this to be broken. If we break both these dojis, this would be another good opportunity for me. Okay, it's about to go up. Now it created this double button. This is a reversal market pattern. It can start an uptrend. We will see. This is an order block. And yeah, so this overlap right here is very important, because if you look at this is a demand, previous demand, which is strongly broken. Okay, right before the breakout we have this overlap, and it's so obvious that something inside this overlap is causing the breakout. So if I had an opportunity to enter up here, something like a point of rejection or any kind of setup that gives me this entry, this would be an amazing trade to take, especially now that we have this point of rejection. This trade would be amazing. Okay, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th touch, okay, of point of rejection, and it's in line with this overlap. Okay, hold on, let me show you the lower time frame. See this overlap? When you see the overlap is repeated in lower time frames, for example, this is 1 minute chart, okay? If I zoom in here, you'll see same overlap. If I go to 30 second, you see same freaking overlap. If I go to 15 second, you see same freaking overlap. See, it's repeated. So it's super, super strong if that happens. All right, now we're about to break this little doji. Yes, still I want to take it with I will take it a small one right now, and then my main entry is going to be with the margin of safety in the component of rejection. So we're trying to be smart. Okay, I go 2 trades right now. This is the component of rejection. I mean, if it doesn't reject, it's a big loss for me. Okay, but this is pretty strong because we already broke a doji. I'm already expecting a red candle, okay? And then already expecting a red candle, and you enter with this much of margin of safety, combined with this, you know, common point of rejection. And then we got the round number here. Yeah, if we lose this, it means that we're super unlucky. Okay, which is about to happen now. Yeah, I'd be crazy mad. But it's okay, sometimes happens. Sometimes very good setups also lose. Okay, all right, that was a winning trade. I'll take a little screenshot. Some people ask about the journal. Journal is a tool which is basically free. After journal, this journal, once you import your trades on long term, it will try to analyze, and at some point it will tell you your weaknesses and your strength, about your trading style in particular, and in that way it's going to be very useful. But if you want to use certain things like let me just show you, let me put these trades. Okay, if you want to use certain things, for example rules or I'll show you some insights and things that this journal has, you'll need the pro version. But in general, this is free. You can try it right now, okay? Yeah, so that was my... yeah, that was a very good trade because let me explain why this first doji is not takeable. Because we have a concept called gaps. Gap up and gap down. For example, here you see this candle, it closed here. You know that we have a candle, this is the opening price and this is the closing price. If this is bullish, right? This is bullish. This is the opening price of the candle and this is the closing price of the candle. Okay, the candle closed here. And then the next candle again opens in the same exact area and then the closing area is going to be somewhere here. Okay, or if that's a red one, the closing is going to be down here. But something unusual happens, and you see this little overlap here, just like this one. The overlap is created by occurrence of gaps, and in this case, you see the candle, instead of opening here, jump down, open down here. So this is a gap down. Usually, gap down happens, and the next candle is going to be, if that's a gap down, it's going to be green, okay? In most cases, not in every case, in most cases. So if you plan to sell after this candle, then the moment you see the gap down, then you cancel the sell, okay? You don't sell anymore. For example, if you plan to take a sell after this doji break and you see the gap down, you don't take it anymore. But sometimes gaps also are some kind of confirmation. For example, if you plan a buy, or you have any type of buy setup and then you see gap down as well, then that's a confirmation for you to take the buy. That's same thing true for sellers, but for the sellers we have gap up instead of gap down, okay? Yeah, that's how it works. So in this particular doji break, we got gap down, so this is an invalid trade. And then we got this doji break, this doji, which we don't have any kind of gap. Then we took this, we didn't enter immediately, we used the crazy margin of safety and common point of rejection, okay? Our entry was so good. So if you have round number on your way, try to enter above, okay? Above the round number, because round number is also some kind of support and resistance which can affect the price, okay? So yeah, I'll try to find another opportunity. Okay, see, this is a gap down, so it's likely for buyers to enter immediately. If you want to sell here, it's going to be risky. If I have a buy or something, for example, this common point of rejection as a buy, this would be amazing to take because this is, first of all, this is common point of rejection. And you have this gap down, which is causing us to be this pushing it hard to be green. And knowing that it's most likely it's going to be green, and then you see this common point of rejection, you'll line up things, right? And you see this moving average, right? Moving average is a good place sometimes for having rejections of it. And then you take the trade right here. For example, in this particular case, the entry would be exactly here. Okay, and then you look back and you see, oh, this is an order block which is strongly broken. Now this is a buying area in general, so this would be the trade with the direction of the market. This is also a minor uptrend. The market is so clean now, bro. So freaking clean. Look at this beautiful order block. Beautifully respected. This order block, beautifully respected. Yeah, this order block, beautifully respected. This order block, beautifully respected. So the market is pretty clean. I really want to find a beautiful trade today, since the market is so good. In this session, I haven't really checked the market before starting. Okay, so this is a supply. Let me just check it real quick. I want to see the lower time frame. I don't see shit. I'm sorry. Okay, we do have a very, very tiny entry up there, but I doubt the market is going to go there. So yeah, I'm just gonna ignore this trade. This is a supply causing this breakout. So I was assuming that there might be lower time frame entry in lower time frame inside this little supply. Let me just mark it. Okay, this is how I mark it. Right now the price is on that supply, but I don't enter immediately. Okay, I go to lower time frame until I find a good supply area in lower time frame. I zoom in. Now I see the lower time frame entry up here. I'll make it red so we can see. Just like that. So if the price were going to this entry, that would be my trade. And if I had like common point of rejection as well, that would be even better. But in this case, we don't have a very good common point of rejection. Yeah, the price touched this supply, which is a pretty cool supply. And now it's just coming down. We have a demand down here. So this is the next area that the market can give us a very good reaction. Okay, I marked it. Now, same thing. I have to observe and see what else do we have. We have a trend line in case if we close on the third touch of a trend line. And then I go to the lower time frame. I see a beautiful, oh shit, look at, did you see the overlap? The point about overlap at the beginning of the video. See, this overlap is repeated. 5 second, 10 second. See, it's repeated. 15 second. Yeah, so it's inside this. I'll make it red. So remember this zone. We probably will come back to this zone, okay? So in this pair and this pair, we got 2 potential entries. So if I wasn't recording, I'd leave my monitor just like that, or maybe set an alarm or something, and wait for this. Okay, it's already coming down. I'm gonna take the small one, okay. 500 for this one. I hope it comes down before it's late. Okay, no, I don't want this rejection. Come on. Okay, I don't think it's gonna come down now. Okay, I'll have to look for other pairs. This is an amazing QM. And I bet there's, yes, see the 3-minute chart shows us an engulf. And in 1 minute, we see a beautiful QM. See low, high, low, low, high, high. This is the QM zone. And I think market's already reacted from this. No? Yeah, market already reacted from this. But oh shit, what was that? I was planning to take this little entry down here, but it jumped up. Where it's reacted from this little demand already. That's why it's just going up. And we were not lucky to take this trade. This is also a beautiful order block, pay value gap, also the QM. So this was a good trade. Okay, this was another good trade in this session. See, when the market is good, you see a lot of amazing trades. Look at this common point of rejection. Okay, but this one now, like, it's a bit risky now because I already reacted. Wait, I wanna, okay, I take it, no problem. I take this. The QM is usually a one-time. If it's already reacted, we don't use it a second time. I took this because we already had a fresh zone in the lower time frame. That's why I show you. Look at this fresh little fresh zone, okay? If you want to know more about QMs, do not forget to watch the full video. It's free, guys, in the description. Full, almost 2 hours of explanation about QM. Everything about QM. Make sure you watch it. Okay, that was a beautiful win. And I'll go with the journal. Okay, so I reached my trade limit. This is my plan. I usually take 5 trades. As you can see, I have 5 trades and it's more than enough for me, right? So the journal is designed in a way that helps you to stay on the track Do not go overtrade. Did you follow your rules today? Yes. Did you make any mistakes? Nope. If you want to add something, you add here, and then you add to the journal. Once you add it to the little journal, it will give you some details. For example, every session you have, it will be showing. It will be showed here. Okay. Even if you go to the calendar part, you can go all the way back to, I don't know, like, for example, here it's April 29. See, this is my session in April 29. If I go back, for example, if you've added, if you've added, for example, this one, okay, you can see what trades have you taken, okay, what trades have you taken, and also analytics. It shows which setups you took the most, which ones gives you the better win rate and things like that. This part is this is something that we're gonna add a new thing, you know, integrating AI to analyze your trades and see where things go wrong sometimes, and when you have a better result. For example, according to your mistakes and lessons that you've, for example, took a trade without being sure, or taking that trade with no reason, took too many feeling trades, I took some late entries. It adds up everything and it gives you some conclusion that if you prevent doing this or that, your win rate is going to be a lot higher, for example, okay? Things like that. So if you want to use this is the link in the description, and that's free. I'm going to end this session right here. I hope you enjoyed. And about this particular trade, this is a QM zone combined with order block. This is an order block because we have fair value gap. We got the breakout. This is a QM, which has higher time frame confirmation. We have common point of rejection combined. And we do have be entered with a crazy margin of safety. And we also have lower time frame entry for the QM. That was today's session. I hope you enjoyed, and peace out.